and righteous name. You know, I am so grateful. I'm grateful because God chose me. God called me. And He called me because He knew that He could trust me. He knew that I would not sell Him out for money, for greed, for things. He knew that when He created me and placed me in my mother's womb, that I would never turn my back on Him. That even in the midst of the things that I was going through, loving somebody that was unlovable. When I say unlovable, somebody that didn't have the capability of loving you back, you showed them love anyway. And, having 4 children by them, more than 4 actually. Um, 4 living and 4 in heaven. I think about the time that when I had my miscarriages, he wasn't nowhere to be found. He was doing everything else except being by my side. Then have nerve enough to come tell me what his so-called pastor told him to tell me. That's what he did, y'all. I want to show y'all what kind of wimp he is. Remember, I had my son, Jeremiah, in Chesapeake, Virginia. It was on a Saturday. I had him. After I had him, he came back to the hospital. Friday, Saturday, I'm not sure. I have to look back. He came to the hospital after I just had the baby, right? I guess he went and brought the children, so the kids could see the baby. Then he told me about he had to go to Delaware. Just same day had the baby. Go to Delaware because they didn't have nobody to drive. The so-called Autobahn. He called himself Apostle Viola Bonner. She called herself a pastor. Now you tell me in your right mind, your heart, what person gonna tell a man that wife just had the baby? Y'all help me to understand this. This what kind of evil, wicked people these are. And all y'all folk that follow them, so much trust in them. Because, see, they painted me as crazy, painted me as a liar. But how am I crazy and I'm a liar? If I'm sitting up here just had my baby, they took they took him because they claim they didn't have a driver. All those people that used to drive him before my husband even came on the scene, they took him all the way to Delaware. He stayed all night in Delaware. What kind of people are these? Came back the next day. But these supposed to be so-called church leaders. No, they were occult leaders. I don't care about what nobody say or what nobody think about me. You didn't go through what I went through with my husband due to Viola Bonner and Arthur Bonner and the rest of y'all hoes and pimps. So don't come for me because you didn't experience what I experienced. People want to jump up and come and try to protect a devil, but I'm going to expose y'all mother elves today. Y'all know what the mother elf mean. I ain't got to say the rest. But see, y'all always sitting up here running behind a bunch of devils, praising these devils. Because y'all don't have no discernment. That's what's wrong with all of y'all. All y'all full of y'all nasty flesh. As long as y'all got somewhere where y'all can hump, y'all all right. But guess what? I ain't got to hump and never did have to hump. Because God created me in his likeness. God created me with a purpose on this earth. Not like some of y'all think all this about running up in a church. know that y'all are the church. Y'all temple. It's a temple of the Holy Spirit. Y'all supposed to be presenting your body. Hello, thank you for coming in liking. Y'all supposed to be presenting your body holy before God. Not hitting everything y'all can hit. I hope you all having a nice morning. Pray that your day go as blessed as this morning. I'm talking. This is some of my story, the things that I've been through. I'm talking about been through with so-called church, but this church was a coven. It was a synagogue of Satan because God let me see them all. But see, everybody, they want to say I was crazy, but yet I was seeing what they were doing. Going behind, taking money out the offering, putting it in their pocket. All kind of stuff. Sleeping with each other. Yeah, they was. People set up and want to label other people because they blind and they can't see, and you trying to show them or tell them God's standing right in their midst, but they still miss God. All I'm going about like they got churches, they preaching and teaching. What are they teaching? Because they couldn't even discern the person that they were under was a warlock, and the other one was a witch. And then they had the other ones around them that were doing witchcraft, but they couldn't discern that. Nobody saw that, but they kept following because you know why they followed them? Because they was bewitched. They couldn't see nothing, but I could see. But they called me crazy because I could see them. See, they got to call you crazy because if they don't tank the mind of the other people against you, then see, the people won't know truth. When truth standing right in the midst of them, they're not going to know that truth because they done already bewitched them. They done already worked with against them. That's why you have to have a sound and a sober mind. This is why I don't drink alcohol. Because if you ever paid attention, when you look at different things, it said are spirits. They're spirits. Alcohol is a spirit. I don't get involved with sex outside of my marriage. But now, due to my husband, his reckless ways, God put me back. He said, your time is up with him. You don't have to say nothing else. You time to go. And God delivered me away from him. Because he wanted to keep having sex with all type of trashy whores and all type of men and all that. He was on the down low. He was embarrassed to say on the down low. But then see, he got this transgender. Now he done went to all these people talking about me, but every night he came home. So y'all help me to understand that. How is that you talking about me? Y'all please like the videos as you come in, and please come back and watch them. I'm talking about my story, stuff I've been through. Okay, he's telling everybody I'm crazy, telling people I went to the hospital, he had to get me medicine. No, he has never bought me medicine. I remember one time I had a toothache. You know why I had a toothache? Because he was working witchcraft, going getting witchcraft done, and he was working witchcraft against me. So I was having problems with my teeth because they were working against me. So he got some little stuff you put on your I can't think of the name of it, that you put on that when you have a toothache. Yes, that is. Yes, that's from the movie. Yeah, and that was the only time I really ever remember him ever buying any type of medicine. Um, but to think that he had people thinking he was doing all this for me, y'all, I can count in 12 years, maybe 13 now, but he only gave me $60. But this man was making money, but he was too busy, buying poo-poo, buying DD. That's what he was doing. And doing all kind of other stuff, crimes and stuff. He's fooling with children. He's a predator. The pedophile. Yeah, he's a pedophile. And see what's so bad? You got crooked lawyers and judges See, he belonged to the Masons. So they have judges and lawyers and DAs and different people in the court system that belong to the same system. So what they do, they cover up these people crimes. But these people coming down. They coming down this year, all of them. I don't care what they say. They coming down. I done spoke the word. I speak divine judgment be served upon everyone in that Mason cult all over the world. Everybody that's connected to Donald, they all coming down. There will be no covering for their sin. Their cloak is broken. I snatch it off of every one of them. The cloaks over the court system, I snatch it off them. Justice will be served. Every person that they have stole and robbed from, stole houses from. You think I don't know you done put a house or houses in my name? Oh, you have, like in Michigan or somewhere like that. You have, but you will pay. You call yourself trying to set me up, but you're setting yourself up. Because, see, I don't play these kind of games. I don't take nothing from nobody. And people that really know my character know one thing about me, I live upright. Now, if y'all went speeding ticket on my records, you all gonna pay for it. You corrupt police officers, corrupt people in the judicial system. Where you all supposed to, you all supposed to follow the law, but see, y'all think y'all above the law. But I guarantee you this year, you will follow the law because you're going to be locked the hell up. Because I don't play with the devil. Y'all gonna learn y'all lesson. But see, y'all ain't learned nothing because y'all still plotting and planning. I want to show y'all how corrupt these so-called church people, church leaders are. Y'all better get y'all tails out of there because God is raining down judgment upon these people. And I'm going to say this again, everybody involved that attach yourself to this man, that Don and these trashy tail people call themselves working against me, that God said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against me in the judgment I shall condemn. Right now I speak divine judgment be served upon them all. I decree justice be served upon them all. That they lose everything that's so dear to them. Because, see, they wanted me to be homeless. They did everything they could do for me to be homeless. Let me tell y'all something. My own sister told my son, because, see, I left from Virginia. My own sister told my son to put me out of his house. What kind of, because, see, she was sleeping with my husband. She thought I ain't know nothing, y'all. But I been saw her and him. She was up in my face calling me all the time. But see, I already knew who she was. But she thought she was smart. Oh, Donna loved me. Girl, you so stupid. You're a hoe and he a hoe too. You sleeping around and he sleeping around too. He gonna ask you to, baby, I've been married to him for 40 some years and he never asked me that. You know why? Because he know I have dignity. He know I have ethics. I'm not trash. But see, he wanted to hold on to me because he know I wasn't trash, that he the one that trash. Him and his whole family is trash. And all the rest of them connected to him. See, they do them orgies and they have these sex parties and everybody, husband, wife, sleep, boyfriend, girlfriend, sleep with each other. And see, when they get pregnant, nobody know who the baby daddy is. Because they all sleep around. When they not around each other, they sleeping with somebody else. They don't even know half the people they done slept with. And then they out here spreading diseases. They didn't have nerve enough to try to say, write up some fake paper talking about I got some HIV or AIDS. They are crazy as they could be. And going around talking about they sleeping around talking about I'm sleeping around. I'm on drugs. I drink alcohol. I ain't never messing with no drugs. I'll tell you something. I don't even like to take an aspirin. That God have been working it out where I don't even take them. And when I took them, I very seldom took them because then I had to realize sometimes I was having problem with allergies. But what I didn't realize, the allergy problem was coming from the witchcraft. So God had been teaching me all this coming from them working witchcraft to try to make you sick. This is how wicked these people are. See, they call themselves sacrificing me because, see, he got paid to sacrifice me. Because, see, he thought they was going to get my life, my life. They thought that they were going to live the life that God purposed for me to live. How in the world they think God going to allow them to live my life or something that happened to me, them to kill me to live my life? God not going to dwell in no unclean temple. They are filthy. God don't dwell in that. So I don't know what cycle mind drug they on, but the devil is a liar. But see, they should have asked the devil who I was before they called themselves going to the devil. The devil already knew. The devil just set them up. Just like that little tramp, he called himself. We're now with a crazy self in probably in an institution right now, driving and acting crazy. Both of them crazy. They want to holler about I'm crazy. Them the real craze right there. Then these other people that I done been around, they acting all funny because of what he done said. And a lot of them that slept with him, but they all acting funny. And I just look at them. Let me tell y'all something. See, just like y'all turn y'all back on me, because he told y'all, or different people told y'all to turn y'all back on me. Remember that. I want y'all to remember that today, okay? Take that, write that down today. So you know what? I'ma just leave that there. I could say more, but I'm not gonna say more. See, because you gotta have wisdom, what to say and what not to say. Y'all, he was some crazy woman. Look, try to bring that spirit to my house when we were living together. See, God told me in October it's time to go. So in October 2025, I left him. After 40 something years of marriage, I left him. He was making like he was buying vehicles, but only putting his name on it. So he's running around like he was single. And see, the woman or the different people he was fooling with, they knew, like Daisy across the railroad track. She knew he was married, but she fooled with him anyway. The different one fooled him. They knew. Now, these are women know better. You know, they call themselves religious women, you know, going to church every time the church door open and they keep their legs open. They keep their pants, you know, out their pants. This is the kind of food these are. But see, God shine the light on these devils because God finna bring them down. Let me tell you something. These babies gonna be on the news. If they ain't already hit the news, they all gonna be on the news. These people are wicked. They do real estate fraud. I think it's quick claim deed or something. It's written somewhere. I done said it before. See, God give me downloads on, give me things. You know, He'll let me hear things. And when I say hear things, He'll let me hear the truth about what they doing. You know, like money laundering, child trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, you name it, drugs, any wicked thing that they could do, scamming people, you know, have service centers, scamming people, you know, act like they got a storefront, you know, deal with the PPP loans, they, you know, doing all kind of fake stuff. They don't even really have business, but, you know, stealing money. What people really need, this is what they do. They don't worry about nobody. If they faking everything, you know, like some non-fake profit organization. Just like he gave $1,000 to this lady. She got some kind of child care. But see, what she didn't realize, what he was doing, trying to get to the children. It wasn't so much about the $1,000 donation. It was about the children. Now, you do so busy giving out money, but you wasn't taking care of your own family. Your own wife and, you know, child, special need child, y'all. See, he got a son, he's 22 now, that has autism. But he act like he didn't exist. Matter of fact, he wouldn't talk about his child behind the child back to other people. You know, trying to say he's stupid or whatever, trying to say I was stupid. I got a doctor's degree. I got a master's degree. But see, God gave me those degrees for a purpose. Not to be running around here bragging about what I got. But see, he was calling me stupid. Not at other training. You know, training dealing with real estate, training dealing with grants. You know, just a lot of different trainings that I had literally have certificates for, diplomas for. But I don't go around saying all this stuff because that stuff is nothing to me. That's the only thing with that was to help other people, not me. I got these degrees to help other people. A lot of times, over these years, I've been helping people. I don't charge people for helping them. But then it's coming a time where I'm going to be charging people for the knowledge that God have given me. And see, now it's starting to be time for me to walk in that knowledge that God gave me. And see, they was trying all they knew how to block me, do witchcraft to try to stop me from doing what God called me to do. But that wasn't happening. That was just their fantasy, their mindset. But whatever God have y'all to do, y'all gonna do it. It's not so much as being religious. It's about your purpose might be to say do construction work where you go help elderly people. It may be to cut grass for elderly people. These are things that God, reward us. He smile when we help other people. Not we up in the store getting stealing money, stealing people property, or stealing people inheritance, stealing, they date people and try to steal whatever the people got. And then they move on. They steal from people. Get on the honey pot, or they call it honey pot or something. OnlyFans, all that stuff. I don't get on any of that stuff. I'm not on OnlyFans. I'm not on the dating site. I'm not on that stuff because I'm not that type of person. Because I don't have to. I don't chase men. I like I said, this man been cheating our whole marriage, which I know he been cheating. I just been watching him lie. But it was a lesson for me, teaching me about how to help other people. People say, well, why didn't you get out there? Why didn't, but see, I had to wait on God because that was part of my ministry. That was part of me teaching other people what to do and what not to do. I had to learn the skills of a narcissist. See, because I was married to a narcissist. See, they do a whole lot of scamming and scheming, behind the scenes like they smart, but yet they dumb. He's a serial killer as well. God began to open doors, let me see different things that he was doing so I can help other people that they don't get caught up in this narcissist trap. This is why I get on YouTube and I talk about this because I want to warn other people so they can be watchful. And listen, they still shadow ban in my videos and stuff because they don't want people to find out what kind of mess they are. These Masons, these are elites, these are Eastern Star, those groups, those college groups, Alpha Phi Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, those are trashy. Those people are trash. They don't have no dignity, no ethics. They just trash. They don't have no ethics. Everything, let me tell y'all something. Everything is centered around ethics. You got to have ethics. You got to have respect. You got to have morals. You just can't do anything and everything. Everybody wanted. These people live like, if y'all read the Bible about Sodom and Gomorrah, this is how they live. And the thing about it, like Donald was in the church. I remember we used to go to church 4 days a week and twice on Sunday. He was there faithfully. But look how he turned out. All that going to church. And look how he more wicked than he was from the beginning. But see, this what happened. God give us a chance to come in and serve him. And it's up to us to choose. Because he don't force none of us to do anything. So y'all remember that. Always respect other people's boundaries. If you dating somebody, for instance, or even if you marry somebody, you don't, number one, you married, you ain't got no business marrying male or female riding around with somebody else in your vehicle without your wife or your husband. This is stuff they teach them. It's okay for you to ride another woman or another man. No, that's not okay. That's a ignorant of the ignorant people I ever seen. The disrespectful people I ever seen. They break up people's homes. They break up people's marriage. They are pure trash. The Bonners are trash. They are nothing but trash. I don't care who say what. They trash. And I bring them up because, see, I want people to know. I don't want people to be deceived. I guess they're in Chesapeake, Portsmouth. I'm not sure where they at. I haven't seen them people in 20-some years, and I don't care to see them. But I am going to talk about my story because this is part of my story. They wrapped up in it. So, from time to time, I will bring them up. From time to time, that's why I say it. I get on here. Hey, y'all want to sue me? Sue me. I'm okay with you suing me because I'm going to speak my truth. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody can tell me what I've been through with these people. Only I can. And I don't care who call themselves defending the devil. They tell me you of the devil. You are the child of Satan. Because, see, I'm going to speak my truth. A lot of y'all went through all this stuff. Y'all keep your mouth shut because y'all don't say, oh, you unforgiving. No, this is my story. But see, they'll tell you when you talk about different things that you went through, oh, you haven't forgave that person. No, you talk about it. You can forgive somebody and still talk about it because that's part of your life. That's part of your story. That's what you went through. It's okay to talk about. See, they want to shut things down. When children get raped, in the church, they don't want nobody to say nothing. But y'all child get raped in the church, call the police. Call the police. If police don't do their job, then look, call the FBI. FBI don't do their job, call the DA. DA don't do, just keep on calling to you. You're going to get hurt. Or I tell you what, better than that, get on the news. I promise you one thing, something get to shaking. Contact your senator, your Congress. That's what they there for. Don't keep your mouth shut. You tell it to the rooftop. They want you to be quiet because, see, they don't want to be exposed. But I'm going to expose these devils every opportunity I get. Yes, I am. They can send all the witchcraft they want, baby. It's going right back to them. It ain't hurting me. It's hurting them. Every time they call themselves lighting a candle, every time they call themselves doing sex magic, y'all can take my pictures all y'all want, do all whatever y'all want to. It ain't going to hurt me. Take my hair, my clothes, whatever you want. All you doing, every time you touch something of mine, you cursing yourself and your family. And see, I keep telling them that, but they too ignorant to understand what I'm saying. But they still go on and do it anyway. Guess what? And then they have a backlash. Oh, she working witchcraft against me. I don't have to work witchcraft. If you all notice, I always say do not work witchcraft because you'll curse your whole family line. And you could look at people that work witchcraft, what they go through. Or people that have witchcraft worked on them and they don't know where it's coming from. You have to actually know who is sending that witchcraft to you. I found out my son Stephen's father was sending witchcraft to me. Then I found out my husband, Donald, was sending witchcraft, working witchcraft. God with a witchcraft hoe, working hoe. What you call it? Son of real hoe. They kill chickens and all roosters, and they do all this cow tongue, all this other stuff. But God gonna get them for every animal that they kill doing this witchcraft. God gonna get them because those blood of those animals crying out just like the babies they have aborted, the babies they have killed on purpose for sacrificing. This is what they do. They harvest have babies to sacrifice. A lot of them do that, and God gonna get them for that. I speak right now that every wound that it be closed. Close every wound, Father. Close every wound. Close every wound that's in the midst of these occults. That no baby will come. I don't care what kind of witchcraft they work. I curse it now. That every wound be closed. That now another child will come through those wounds. Through these wicked, evil people. That they only have babies to sacrifice. Every one of them from the top all the way to the bottom, close the wounds. Don't let matter of fact, stop the sperm of those men as well to develop babies. That none of babies will be born in the midst of this trash. That the seed be ended this day. See, y'all got to stop fooling with people. Y'all got to stop this stuff. They're killing innocent people for nothing over insurance policy. They do all kind of real estate scam. Y'all better check y'all family members that's in these nursing homes and stuff. They create nursing homes and they scam these people. They get their information. Just like when Donald was up in that nursing home. What is in 2024? He went to a nursing home for rehab. He was getting the people because he's a crook. You can't even walk and you getting information from people to try to see if they got a house to scam them out of their house. He's a scammer. They do real estate scams. See, this stuff you don't know unless God tell you. They tend like they on one job and they doing something else. But see, they try to set me up, putting my name on some deed or whatever, to try to set me up because they mad because I left them. But you mad because I left you because you couldn't sacrifice me to your devil. And you never would have sacrificed me. He got mad, then they want to do trying to set me up for me to go to jail so they can kill me. They doing everything they can to try to sacrifice me. But that's over. All that is over. Then you want to come back to me like I'm going to come back to you, and you must be in a lost your freaking mind, fool. Everything, your demise was already set. When you decided you're going to go to the dark side, that's the day you set your future was sealed that day. That's when. But yet, you think you smart. Yet y'all fools think y'all smart. Because see, y'all done undermined so many people. Y'all done got this witchcraft and killed people and all this other stuff. But then y'all tried it on me. But guess what? All that's ricocheting back. All that stuff from day one when y'all first decided to work against me, it's all been held up. And it's all coming back. I keep telling y'all that it was just it's like a cloud. It was held up in that cloud. But now it's released. But that's why I just said before, the other day, y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Y'all not going to have nothing. Don't be mad with me. Don't play the victim because you came after me. Y'all came after me. Because y'all believe the lie rather than the truth. See, that's what the Bible say, that people going to believe a lie before they believe the truth. See, they believe that if they killed me, they was going to get my gifts. That's how dumb they was. Then he got a lunatic, want to call me crazy, but he didn't attach himself to a real lunatic, somebody crazier than him. No, that don't need to be locked up in no, what you call crazy. That thing need to be locked up in prison with some padded walls. Both of them and the rest of the folks that joined them. But see, I want to say this to the, I would always say this, and I put this out here. I want to say this to the people that decided to join them. To join the line and the gossip and all the lies. I want to say this to y'all. I think I made it said it the other day. I do forgive y'all. I forgive y'all for my purpose. Because I am a forgiving person. I am a loving person. And I'm not going to allow what y'all did in my life to stop me from being a loving person. From loving other people. Because see, everybody not like y'all. Because, see, God gave all y'all a chance to do what's right, but y'all continue on doing what's wrong. Y'all laughing, partying, drinking and having a good time. Sodom and Gomorrah, like I said. See, y'all think about it. Sodom and Gomorrah. You don't know what it, go find in the Bible. So you can read about Sodom and Gomorrah. Then y'all will find yourself there. And like I said before, I forgive them. I forgave them when they first did that. But I still have to talk about it. I still have to expose the unfruitful work of darkness. I forgive them, and I'm telling them right now, listen, I know y'all watch my videos. I forgive all y'all. Y'all want that ran with the lie because, see, a lot of y'all didn't know it was a lie. A lot of y'all didn't even know me, but y'all received a lie. Things from that little crazy hoe. Little crazy one that need to be locked up in the prison cell. The one with the padded they need to put some padded walls on it. But see, she may not even make it to the prison, her. Cause she Lulu Lulu. Luna Luna Luna. You know, y'all little witchcraft worker. You know what I'm talking about. And you know, like the little trancer. Listen, don't get the other people caught up in your mess. Because, you know, you are listening to Donald. You don't know me neither. Y'all listening to Donald. And he's a liar. And master manipulator. He is a liar. And ever since I know him, he's been a liar. That's why I never trust him. Because I knew he was a liar. So what I'm saying is this. You know, he got a little but then he got trans too. You know, he got a trans that the trans want to expose him. You know, because the trans thought I didn't know anything about it. See, but if he remember last conversation I had, I told him about the trans. So I'm like this here, y'all. If y'all want to be with other people, divorce a person or get out the relationship. You don't drag other people in your filthy lifestyle because that person don't live that kind of lifestyle. But see, he was hiding me. He was hiding me like he wasn't married, see. That was his whole little scheme, acting like he wasn't married. But see, the trans knew about me. The other people, they knew about me. The days across the railroad track near our house where we was living at, she knew about me because I knew her when I first moved to Virginia. I met her. She had a little baby girl. I met her husband because I used to work at Piedmont Hospital in Burtsville, Virginia. That's how I met her husband. I met her husband at when their baby was born. But I respect it. See, one thing about me, I respect somebody's husband and wife. I respect her because to me, when I first met her, I saw her as a sister, not just a neighbor. Same with her husband as a brother, and I respect. I would never cross her. Whether she did whatever she did, that's her. I don't have to pay for that. She does. You know, everybody that go up in other people's marriages and fool with their husband and wife, they have to pay for that. Not their husband and wife. They gonna be punished for it. You know, things now, I promise you right now, things gonna be going crazy. They're gonna be losing stuff. It don't matter what they paid for or not, they still gonna lose it. See, people think, oh, this is my stuff I paid for. No, they gonna auction that mess off, baby. See, this is what people think, oh, I can just make it right. Oh, I can apologize and make it right. You can come here and apologize, you know, or call me and apologize or text me and apologize. I'm sorry for this or that. That don't make no difference. See, the damage is already done. When you all chose to do what y'all did, when you let him in your door, which number one, why would you let somebody else's husband in your house, period? See, that's because y'all don't have no more. None of y'all people. Y'all haven't been taught nothing. Ain't no man got no business going to your house without their wife. Vice versa. Either way around. It goes the same way. So what I want to say too is this here. This is a lot of ignorance that's been taught that people do. That number one is this. The Bible said, don't let your good be evil spoken up. That kind of stuff like that, your good is being evil spoken up because somebody else see your rumor going to get started. See, this is the part, you know, that would get me. He out here trying to act like he this good husband, you know, and do good to his wife. His wife is, oh, she this, she that. But yet he came home every day. Wife was this and that. But yet, when he couldn't even walk, guess who was there? Was any of them hoes come there? No. Did any of them hoes send any money? Did them hoes, you know, say, hey, I'll take him? No, they didn't say that. No. Did any of them hoes make sure he got back and forth to the doctor and make appointments for him? No. What was the hoes at when he had surgery? What was the hoes at when he had recovery time? What was that? Yeah, I knew all that. But see, I did it out of the love of God. Because God is God of love. I was being an example about love. But what I did tell my children, because he acts so bad that one day I had to leave him in the room. He was acting so nasty. Now, this the woman made sure he got this appointment, make sure he was there for his surgery, stayed there, make sure he recover. My daughter, Cammy, she helped out as much as she could. And I appreciate that, even though he groomed her as a child. Yeah, he did. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Because parents, because they don't see everything, they blame themselves. But that's supposed to be her parent. No, you don't have to blame yourself for what another parent did. They just trash, they trash. But you know what? It's okay, because see, God gonna deal with all this stuff. And sometimes I would say, well, God, why you haven't done that? You know he's doing all this stuff. Why you haven't done anything? But see, God got appointed time to do things. See, when we get so cocky, we think we can. That's what we do. Get cocky and think we God. Then God got to bring us down. Especially when we come against God, innocent people, we done lied and slandered in the name and smear campaign, all this other stuff done. For what? That stuff don't bother me. Y'all think like this here, cheating, having children, outside grandchild, hiding them and all this. We're doing all that for what? I don't care about what you do. I don't care how many treasure hoes you slept with. It just label them as hoes like you a hoe. To me, they nothing, just like you nothing. Doing that like you hurt me. You don't hurt me because, number one, I know who you are. Nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Y'all always hear me say nothing from nothing leave nothing. Because, see, he's the one was going around saying I was sleeping with other people. Now, how he got babies outside and got a grandbaby outside our marriage. Now, how did that happen? But I was sleeping around, though. That's what he's saying. That's what he's telling me about it. I was crazy. You tried to put me in an institution, a false power of attorney, all this other stuff. But see, God, the one saw him doing all this stuff. Buy some land. Oh, we can buy some land. Institution. We can buy some land. Oh, he's planning on unaliving me and he's planning on murdering me and my son. They want to make it like what, a murder suicide? No, that wasn't going to be no murder suicide. He was going to do the shooting himself. And then, plot it like it's murder suicide. See, that's what he's going to do. See, so that means he getting insurance money. Because, see, they got a fake insurance. They got an insurance company they work with that they got the, what they call the one that do the death certificates, that can falsify the death certificate. See, that's what they do. They falsify the death certificates so they can get insurance money. All of them get a part out of it. They steal other people's property. This stuff they do. Y'all, I'm not like that. I help people. For me too, when God began to reveal all this stuff to me, y'all, I was sick to my stomach. I literally wanted to throw up. Think about somebody grown raping children, having babies by children, impregnating children. Then making some people get abortions. He not no father. He'll pretend like he's a father, to other people's children. Why he had a special needs son? He didn't do anything for him. Well, I'm not going to say that. I can't see it like that. Like when he was going to school, I homeschooled him. Or even when he was going to public school, I homeschooled him in high school because I have the doctor's degree. He went to the public school. But when he got in the high school, he said it was too much pressure. And I listened to him because I know him. He's a sweetheart. Very loving. Anybody in the school system that knew him, everybody knew him in the school. No matter what school he went, everybody knew him. And you know what all they had to say was he was a sweetheart. Everybody in the office. Everybody, all the teachers knew him. All the teachers loved him. All the children loved him. The children didn't make fun of him when he was in school. The kids loved him. And now Jeremiah's smart. He's smart, real smart, because he would give them anything they asked for. I remember one little boy, it was in Amelia County. I want to tell his story because I thought it was so cute. I can't remember his name, but Jeremiah had a birthday party. And Jeremiah, he was protective of him. And I noticed that with Jeremiah. And I just saw how Jeremiah, like talked to him. And, you know, the little boy was all over the place. And, my heart reached out to him too because, you don't know what other kids going through. His grandfather was raising him, and the grandfather was doing the best he could with him. And I saw that. And, you just pray for people. Cause just because what a person, child act like when they're younger, that don't mean they're going to be that same way. Because see, that grandfather had compassion. That grandfather loved him with everything he had in him. Just because he had troubled parents, the grandfather and them were doing the best they could with him. And I, say kudos to the grandpa because, you can do all you can do for him, but it's up to that child to grab a hold to it and run. And I remember one time that same little young man in school. They were in middle school. And Jeremiah had this USB plug. I brand new when I just had bought it for him, right? And so they got ready to use it at school, but I didn't realize he had gave it to the little boy. I think his name was Michael. And he gave it to him. I said, well, Jeremiah, where's your USB plug? The teacher say you need it. He didn't want to tell me. I said, well, honey, where is it? Where is it? And see what happened, he had gave it to Michael. Michael wanted it. And see, the teacher, she said, well, Jeremiah don't have it. I said, yeah, he had one. Ask him where that. And she found out he had gave it to Michael too. But see, I didn't realize she had took it from Michael. I would have just told her to let Michael have it. And I could just buy Jeremiah another one. But she had already taken it from Michael. But see, I knew his situation. So it wasn't no big deal with me. To just go get Jeremiah another one and let him have that one. That was okay. But she already, and I could tell he felt bad about it, her taking it, because he had compassion. And this is him. He have compassion. He love. He care about other people. He not like like Donald. He doesn't even want me to call him daddy or father. I have to call him Donald or that man. This is how he see him. Because this is the wound that he have left on his own child. But he was too busy, entertaining other people that he didn't even have time for him. Now, I'll say this, like if he needed clothes, I can put him in the buggy and order them, and he will pay for them. I can say, like when I homeschooled him, he had those books, and I had to order books online. He would give me the money to pay for that. I'm not going to say, sit up here and say, well, he didn't do anything. But like he would go get his food to cook. And, I let Jeremiah know, your daddy bought this. That was when I could say his daddy. I always, taught him right. When I say taught him right, if his daddy did something, I let him know. Because one day his daddy say, you act like you do everything. You don't tell. I said, no, I'm going to tell you right now. You can say whatever you want to say. When you bought him something, I let him know. When you bought his school books, I said, your daddy bought these books. You buy his clothes, your daddy bought these clothes. You buy him food, I said, your daddy bought. Because I'm not going to lie to him. What am I gain lying to him? I let him know that. But spending time with your child is one thing. Buying things for him is another. He didn't spend time with them. And see, I was telling him one time, I said, he got the big yard. I said, all you do is show Jeremiah how to cut it. He going to cut it exactly like you tell him. It took him a long time. But he finally let Jeremiah get on the lawnmower, cut the grass. Guess what? Jeremiah cut the grass exactly like he said. And he's not going to stray from it because that's how he was instructed to do it. This is how he is. He's a sweetheart. Got a lot of love, lots of love. God gave him to me. I don't look at because a child autistic or child have this or child have that. That makes that child different from any other child. When I say make it different, I'm talking about like comparing them to other children. I don't compare him to other kids. Matter of fact, I don't compare no child to no other child because each child is individual. This is from the school system. They don't teach, they program. But, I let him feel his way through. When we worked, when he was homeschooling, he was able to work at his own pace. He didn't have to rush doing this, rush doing that. You got to have this done by a certain time. No, he was able to learn because he's smart, very smart. And he's always been smart. But see, his daddy don't know that because he never spent time with him. He never took time to sit down and say, hey, let me help you with this math problem. Or, hey, let me help you with this English. No, he never did that. Or, hey, let's go or do something you want to do. If you want to do anything, he going to take you fishing. Nothing else but taking you fishing. Like he like NASCAR. He didn't ever sit down and say, hey, let's go to NASCAR. Me and see, all us got together one time. I said, you know what? We went to NASCAR in Richmond. I didn't like it. Lord knows I didn't like it. Going around that circle over and over again. But we did that because him. It wasn't a dad idea. It was mine, Cammy, and Philip idea. Mainly me and Cammy. Philip joined in. We had a good time. But we took that time. But he didn't never say, well, you know what? Oh, come on, I'm going to take you to the race. Let's go to do this. Let's go do that. He never did that. But I guarantee he probably doing it with other people's children, faking it. Or his fake, kids with somebody else or whatever. He probably pretending like that with them. But see, he didn't do that with his own kids. Cammy got grown, then him and Cammy. You know why? Because he didn't want nobody to know he was married. He was acting like he was single. So I asked him, I said, well, why you don't never take? He didn't answer me. You know why? Because he was doing all them other stuff. He can't let nobody see me with him. People around him knew he was married. They encouraged him to cheat. It don't take much to encourage him to do anything because he just was stupid. He was just a dumb, stupid person. I just watched him throughout the years. Just sat back and watch him. And like it. Let me tell you something, baby. I'm not competing with no woman, no man, no trans, none. I'm not jealous because I don't have to be. I know who I am, baby. I don't chase men. Men chase me. Just because a man chase me, that don't make I'm going to give him my attention. My sister's been good examples of that. They always tell me, hey, that man is in you, that man like you. And then that didn't faze me. I said, what man? He was trying to get your attention and everything. That's not me, y'all. I got God first. I have to stay focused on God because I have people that I help. People that I do things for. People that I minister to. I don't charge people. But see, I'm at a point now where I'm going to have to start charging for my services. Because that's my profession. Because I always, just let, counsel people or, give them information, to help them. Because I was always still able to have in the midst of doing that. But because now I'm at a place of growth, I have to do things different. When you start growing, you have to do things different. You may not want to do those things, but you have to do different. When I say things, I mean first in your profession. And y'all, number one, I can't sleep around and hear God. I can't be on drugs and hear God. I can't drink alcohol and hear God. I have to keep my vessel clean. I have to stay away from gossip and all that other stuff. Downloads from God, yeah. But all that other stuff, no. But I just want to, the major thing on here today, I forgive them. I forgave them from the beginning. And I'm just encouraging other people, don't join these people, but you're doing cursing your family. And the sad part is about the one that already joined, the one that, like on Facebook, that decide they don't want to talk to me and stuff like that, which is okay. That's their business. That's them. But they're going to be punished because they received a lie. They all them people going to feel the effect of the lie that they accepted. So, listen, I'm going to move on off of here. I just want to encourage, guys, love people no matter what. Even if people do something to you, you'll cut them off, but you can still love them. Love them from distance, okay? Because you're gonna find out a lot of people God is separating you from, which is okay, And I'm fine, it's fine. The last 5 years, I've been noticing that God had been separating me from people, 5 to 6 years, and which is okay. I accept it and move on. I let them talk. That's them. A lot of time they talk about stuff they don't know because they listen to other people. So you let them go on and listen to other people. And then, the bad part about it, when they find out the truth, then they all looking stupid because they like, oh, we believe them. But you should have found out for yourself. I've been saying that over and over again. Learn people for yourself and stop taking other people's word, because other people have a scheme why they doing what they doing. Why is you talking about this person, but yet you living with them? You see what I'm saying? Why are you talking about them so bad, but yet you sitting around eating their food? And this is part that people don't understand. I'm not like that. If people, oh, I do this to him, I do that to him. I wouldn't think about stuff like that. You know why? Because I don't have to do that. I don't, vengeance is God's, not mine. All I'm doing is just doing what God tell me to do. When He tell me to speak out, tell my story, I'm telling my story. Nobody gonna shut me up. I don't care how many times they all call themselves shadow banning my videos and all that other stuff. That's a sign of them. Anytime you are shadow ban a person, you're gonna get smear campaigns on a person. That tell you, what is that person up to? Something ain't right with that person or those people. Those all these people, they coming down, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Sure as I'm speaking to y'all, they are coming down. And they're going to be on the news. Everybody going to see them. With that child trafficking, sex trafficking, porn, what they call porn. That, I guess it's videos you watch or whatever. I don't do that stuff. Never did. Porn, children porn. Somebody said they have children porn. I don't know anything about it, but that's, well, not just somebody, the spirit will tell you what's going on. You know, um, and it's sad, people, oh, grown people. This is grown people doing it. And when what's so bad, they're grooming their children to do stuff like that, to rape and all that other stuff. They have generational curses on their own family line. But see, my children, that curse not going down my kids' line. This is why I went through what I went through, to break the curse off of my children, my grandchildren and great grandchildren, that they not suffer no more at the hands of these wicked, evil people. But all of them gonna die before it's over. Like I said, some gonna die before, and horrible accidents and all kind of stuff gonna happen. Where some of them gonna kill one another. Say they had a heart attack, they ain't had no heart attack, they got poison. This is why I said go back and see who the beneficiary on them life insurance policies. Pull up them bodies. Some of these folk were poison. That's how they died, and they lied because they had the people that falsified the everything. But people gonna find out a lot of family members died. Somebody put something in their food. Somebody worked witchcraft on them and unalive these people. But God gonna bring an end to all this stuff. He is. I'm serious about that. The root workers and stuff. They better look for another job, because they ain't gonna have no job. Different like people, practitioners do stuff to help to protect people from other people. That's one thing. But to go and put stuff on people to kill them or to hurt another person because you jealous, that's a whole nother thing too. Um, that's why I said, y'all, a lot of these practitioners gonna turn y'all away, because see, they didn't got the MO. See, the MO been sent out. And the ones that didn't get it, that do stuff, they gonna drop dead. Because God not playing. Nobody gonna keep warning y'all and saying, certain things y'all know better. In them practice, y'all know good and well. Y'all supposed to do y'all research on people before y'all do stuff. You don't take the other people's word. Just like Dawn in that trash, she be all them trash she be laying with, male or female. They are trash. The reason I say they trash because anytime you come against an innocent person, because you want this person, which you could have had the person from the day one. All you had to do was just get them and take them. Just look, I ain't want it. I just went through my test. That's all I did. I couldn't wait for the nigga to leave. But he never did leave. I had to leave. Because he hung around because he thought he was going to kill me. Because he thought he was God. See, y'all think y'all God, but y'all ain't no God. And y'all find out that y'all ain't God. Y'all can cut them loose all y'all want. Y'all still going to pay the consequences of y'all action because number one, y'all should have did y'all research too. But y'all be running behind killing people, getting people to kill people, and for delusion. That's where y'all made y'all biggest mistake when y'all came here. Call yourself gonna mess with me, but God put me there for y'all to mess with. So he can bring all y'all tails down. That's why. Ah, let me get off of here. But you all have a nice day. And y'all love people no matter what. No matter what they do, you still love them. But what I want to say too, like I told my kids, when it comes to Donald, um, due to the way that the things that he's done, that I know, I can't have nothing to do with him. I forgive him, but first, like in his face, in the room with him, no, I can't do that. Because everything that I stand against, he was doing it. See the blatant disrespect for not even life. I can't do people like that. All I do is call judgment. God, the one, takes care of it. I just sit back and move on to the next thing that I'm doing now. Then this here almost over what I'm doing now. This is almost over. So it's like I have to, I just noticed that axe. Look at that, look at that. Oh, is that axe? Oh, yeah, that's that axe. That axe in the spirit. Check that out. Look at his hand. My goodness, my goodness. Look at that arm right there on. Yep, and I'm gonna get off here. You all have a nice day. And the ones that's living right, I speak the blessings of God over you and your family. That God will protect you. I can't pray that old people that even wicked because they don't have any protection. Their own protection that was there is gone because of what they did and who they attacked. All right, I close this out.